Hello, lovely people. Welcome to the Geek. I am Penge, and welcome back to Steve Jackson's Sorcery. It's back at long last, hurrah! Apologies for it being away for quite so long. I'm very sorry, everybody. Initially, this was done as a filler video, if you like, just to take the place of Epic Tavern while I got some technical issues with Epic Tavern sorted, but it actually proved to be surprisingly popular. More than a few people said, can you please carry on? I'd love to see more of this, which surprised me, but so we're going to carry on until it's done. So what happened last time out? Because it's been a little while. It's been about a month, I think, since we played this. So what happened last time out? Here is our daring do hero, and I'm trying to play him as a sort of a more noble kind of upstanding person. Because, you know, I want to roleplay. And you get lots of options in this. Or you could be a bit of a horrid man, or you could just ignore everybody or try and kill everybody. But he's trying to be a little bit more noble, a little bit more heroic about things. The good thing about this is it actually shows you where you went with this series of little sort of red marker dots. So we came through the gate, we went down here, we went to Cantapani, however you pronounce it. We fought some brigands there. This here, I believe there was a sort of choosing point. I went this way through the lowlands. There was an old man up a tree for some... I don't know why an old man was up a tree. Apparently I should have got some honey there as well, someone pointed out. Should have climbed up the tree and got some honey, because I could use that with a spell. But alas, I did not do that. We took the low path. We camped here. We ignored something in the stream here. I can't remember what it was, or in the river. We ignored whatever it was. It went away. And then we got whacked on the head, kidnapped by some Elvins, which are like little irritating kind of forest sprite type things. And we were imprisoned. We did some magic for them. We did the, I can't remember what it's called now, the 6 spell, is it? Where we made 6 copies of their leader. They thought it was hilarious, and they let us go. And that's where we are. So we're currently on our way out of the Elvin, I don't know what that is, village, encampment, tribe, whatever. So just there. Oh, look. That just there looks like a weird winking face. Look, a nose, a winking eye, a normal eye, a nose, a mouth, some jiggity hair. Ooh, I don't like it. It's freaking me out. Okay, what I did think was, our hero doesn't have a name. He doesn't have a name. At the minute, we just sort of, it says you. But I like to think that he has a name. And he can go through and do noble, heroic things. And I was thinking, what's a good, noble, heroic name? So I pondered long and hard about this. I had many sleepless nights about the name of our character, and I have decided to call him Heroic Keith. Yes, Heroic Keith shall now continue his journey onward. We're looking for a crown. I'll be perfectly honest, I can't remember the exact name of the crown, but we're looking for a crown that has been taken from our I don't know what it is, but our country, if you like. So the world is split into different countries or settlements, not really settlements, kind of like countries. And it was our lot's turn to have this crown of control sort of power thing, and it makes everything balanced and lovely and nice. And a baddie has came and stolen the crown, and so we are on a quest to get it back because our country is suffering, and the bad guy has a magic crown, which is always a bad thing. So we have 8 out of 12 stamina, 4 gold, 3 rations. Now the stamina should be creeping back up, because we did have 20 stamina, and somewhere over here, it was very early on, one of these sort of markers here said, oh, there's a terrible stench and it's knocked your stamina down and it's all really horrible, but it will slowly creep back up. So I'm expecting the stamina to go back up a little bit. It already has gone up to 12. It was on 10, so it's slowly creeping back up, which is lovely. Okay, right, everything done. Backstory done. We've got everything sorted. Strange winky face. Let's move away from the winky face. At the bridge. So let's go. I like the fact that you can just drag the little path around. Whee, there you go. He's having a little detour. And to the bridge. There we go. Whoa. Go on, heroic Keith. Waving back to the Elvin as you walk. Don't wave at them. They kidnap you, you lunatic. Waving back to the Elvin as you walk, you reach the river once more. But now the path goes across it. Beyond, you can see a long, wide track with trees lining the left-hand edge and a wide field of long grass on the right. In the far distance, a curl of smoke indicates a village. The evening is beginning to draw in. It would be good to reach town before the light is gone. Okay, I think testing the bridge is probably a good measure, because I don't want to fall in and take some damage or get wet and get a cold or something stupid. Before crossing, you make sure to test the guy ropes of the bridge to ensure it is sound, but it seems safe enough. Satisfied, you make your way across the boards. In the middle of the bridge, a man stops you. "Halt!" he declares. "This is my bridge, and to cross you must pay the toll." Oh no, a lunatic. Didn't I spot him before? Didn't I see him when I was looking over the bridge? Okay. For what? What am I paying the toll for? Just for you? For what? You look over the aged guy ropes, the warped boards. What is there to pay for? Do you think these bridges build themselves? Do you think it's easy living out here, an outcast from Kristatanti, trying to feed my children, when barely anyone takes these paths anyway? The man is nothing better than a beggar. A toll is just 1 gold piece, he says. It's very reasonable. Okay, pay the toll. I have no gold, or push him aside. I don't want to pay it. I've only got 4 gold. That's 25% of my gold just gone, just there. I have no gold is an outright lie. Push him aside. Okay, now at the start of this, there was me going, I'm going to play this noble, heroic character. This guy, though, I don't like him. I think he's a liar. Trying to feed his children, blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to push him aside. I hope he doesn't fall in. I hope I don't knock him into the water. I suspect he might possibly get a bit fighty. But that's fine. We can have a duel on a bridge. That's cool. Right, push him aside. You shake your head firmly and push the man firmly aside. Either by accident or by design. Oh, no. He totters off one side and into the water, landing with an almighty splash. Laughing, you stride off along the path on the other side. You have a long way still to travel today. Laughing. I'm supposed to be this noble, upstanding person. I've just pushed an old beggar into some water. Go me. Okay. Is there any other option? Nope. So let's go up that way then. So does that say the path by the trees, I think? I like that I have to make him walk across the path using this little, the sort of path choosing bit. I can't have him go like, whoa, I don't really like it. Let's have him do that. He can go for a little wander over there into the woods. Whee! Okay. The path continues along the side of a line of trees. Suddenly an acorn lands on your head, and you hear a tittering from overhead. Tittering is a good word. You don't hear that enough these days. The fox grants you strength. More Elvin in the trees, hurling acorns. Oh, for goodness sake. I love the artwork. It's so good. It's so good. Look at it. It's proper sort of fantasy artwork. It's really, really cool. Okay. Cast a spell. Threaten them. Walk on by. I'm just going to walk on by. I'm going to ignore these irritating little creatures. I'm just going to walk on by. Did I just take 2 damage? I took 2 stamina from little tiny people throwing acorns at me. I'm supposed to be a tough, rugged adventurer. You are pelted by more and more acorns, as well as some sticks and branches, you stupid things. You break into a run. Soon you are out of reach of the annoying creatures. Okay. Possibly should have cast a spell there or something, but never mind. Done now. Never mind. Right. Okay. Let's approach Kristatanti. As we do this, yes, if you're joining this for the first one, if you didn't see the first part, we are not using the undo feature. We're just going to play as it is. If I make mistakes, we live by those mistakes. If I die, I am dead. That kind of thing. So we're not going back. The sun is now just past its zenith, and everywhere a dusty heat rises from the baked earth. You begin to think about where you will stay for the night. Another night sleeping out into the open will be best avoided, but then you see a small village set into the hill. Well, okay, let's look at the small village. Smoke rises from the stacks. The houses are well set, with stone at their bases and thatched roofs of grasses and thick leaves. There is, unusually, more than just one street running through the centre of town, but it is as though this place, once rich, has had its heart scooped away. Litter surrounds the buildings. On the edge of the village are rows and rows of empty, abandoned houses. You continue a slow trudge along the path. Okay. So this is Kristatanti. I get to avoid the village or enter the village. Well, I don't fancy sleeping another night out and about, like in a field. I might as well go here, have some of my rations, get a night in an inn, see if I can recover any stamina. So let's enter the village. Let's go in, because I'm at half stamina. I don't really like that. That's a bit low. You walk into the village. Young hill dwellers pass you and stare at your strange clothes. Oh no, I'm wearing my mankini again. Okay, let's look at them. Their own attire is rough by comparison to your gear. They wear their hair long, but piled up on their heads. These people are ghastly poor. The village is like a ghost town here on the knife edge of the backlands. I love the story bit. It's so good. Okay, rest at an inn, talk in an alehouse. I think talking in an alehouse is a good thing to do. Resting at an inn will probably let us go straight and recover some stamina, but we might find something out. We might find information out from over here. So let's go rewind. No, I want to draw the story along like that. Talk in an alehouse. There we go. Walking down the single road, you quickly find a hut, with its front covering pulled wide open and the smell of brewed beer coming from inside. You go in. Several hill dwellers are here, talking gruffly. When you enter, they watch you with understandable caution. Look at them. Hello, hill dweller people. Oh dear, you've seen better days. The owner of the hut comes over to you. Welcome to Kristatanti, he declares. What do you want? So I can greet the owner, or I can ignore him and sit with the hill dwellers. I think it might be wise to greet the owner of the tavern I'm in. Otherwise he might spit in my beer or something. Yes, let's greet you. An evening's rest and a drink to wet my throat, you reply. Ale is 1 gold piece, he answers. Please, sit. You go to the table where the hill dwellers are. Does him saying ale is 1 gold piece mean there's no rest area? I have to go. The inn is a different building to this. Sit with the oldest man. Sit with the youngest man. I'm going to sit with the oldest man, I think. I think the oldest man is the best bet. He's wise. He's probably seen a lot of things. He might have more information about the local area or, history or something. Let's sit with the oldest man, the old wise man. Hopefully he's wise. Might be really stupid. You turn your attention to the oldest man at the table. Whatever face he once had is lost in a labyrinth of wrinkles, and his skin is the colour of tanned hide from a lifetime in the beating sun. Whoever wrote that first bit of the description, that is wonderful. Whatever face he once had is lost in a labyrinth of wrinkles. That is lovely writing. I like that a lot. Okay. Greetings, old man, or what are you looking at? Well, let's be cordial. Greetings, old man. He raises his mug in salute. Stranger. His face is gravelly, like the dusty dirt that lines the streets of his town. Where are you from? I come from Analand. That's it. That's my homeland, Analand. It doesn't matter, or don't answer him. No, I'll be honest. I come from Analand. He nods. Not many has crossed through the Cantapani Gate. In either direction, if you know what I'm saying. I understand you, or Analand must be kept safe. Okay, yep, I understand you. He grins and picks his teeth with a fingernail. They say there is a war coming. Something to do with a crown. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called either, mate. It's just a crown. Okay, not if I can help it. I seek that crown, or a crown? Well, saying a crown is a bit stupid, because he's probably just going to tell me what I know. And I don't imagine he's going to have any more information than me. I seek that crown, or not if I can help it. Let's get a bit sort of, whoa, not if I can help it. Is that so? Replies the canny old man. Well, seems like you should be drinking on the house tonight for the good of us all. Shanty, he calls the innkeeper over. I'll cover this man's ale. I buy my own drinks, or it's appreciated. Well, I've only got 4 gold. So if this old man is willing to buy me drink, it could come back and bite me later, though. He'll probably want me to do something for him later on. Okay, no, it's appreciated. I shall let this old wise man buy me some drink. It's appreciated, you reply, raising your cup to him. You sip your beer. The old man exchanges glances with the younger man, sitting opposite. So I can talk to the young man, ask the old man about the area, or leave. Let's ask the old man about the area. Maybe he'll tell us, maybe he'll say, never go up the north road, because that way there's a giant monster that's going to eat your arms. Whereas the other road's got bunnies, and you can go down the way and pet the bunnies, and it's all lovely. So let's ask him about the area. Can you tell me something about this region, you ask? Kristatanti? Certainly. I'll tell you that around here, we're always glad to help out strangers. Okay. What? So the two responses are, tell me what lies beyond this town, reasonable, or I think you're a crazy old man. It's a bit harsh. Tell me what lies beyond this town. Beyond Kristatanti there are 2 paths, he says. One takes you past Aliana's home, and you will need your wits about you if she's there. The other leads up into the hills and the Liaki domain of the Great Ones. Either way you choose, I wish you the luck of Sindla on your journey. Okay. So Aliana's house. Okay, wits about you, she's there. Okay, so she's possibly a threat. And the Liaki domain of the Great Ones. Does that mean they're old? Or does that mean they're big? Does great mean old, or does great mean big? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, who is Sindler? That might be offensive to him. He might be like, what? That's my god. I'll thank him. I will thank him. I don't want to say, I don't need your gods, I have my own, because that's a little bit offensive as well. I'll just thank him. I'm glad of any blessings, to be honest. I thank you. The man nods. Fat lot of good my good wishes will do if someone tries to split your skull, he observes. The crowd in the inn is starting to thin out. You finish your beer in a single draught and get to your feet. You make to leave the inn. With a wave back at the old man who bought you a drink, you step outside. You look this way and that, trying to decide what to do next when you realise the old man has joined you once more. He grabs your shoulder and presses a fruit into your hand. Bomba, he declares through fermented breath. I'll grow them myself. Good for the stomach. He pats your belly and walks away, swaying slightly. Too much of the beer for you, my good man. Okay, a bomba fruit. Let's look at it. You turn the old man's gift over in your hands. It is a thick, rinded fruit that keeps well and will be highly nourishing when you decide to eat it. Its only drawback is its incredible weight. It is now evening and time to sleep. I notice my stamina has gone up, presumably because I had a nice beer, which is lovely, and that has now counted as a ration, I believe. It is now evening and time to sleep. Okay, I'm going to the inn. I'm going to go to the inn because I don't think there's any advantage in trying to sleep outside. You stop a passerby and ask for an inn, and they lead you there directly. The woman who runs the place stands in the doorway with her arms folded. Are you from the king? She demands. No, I'm a mere traveller, or I am on a mission for the king. Well, I suppose I am on a mission for a king, the king of Analand, I suppose. So I'm not lying if I say I'm on a mission for the king. Yeah, I'm on a mission for the king. I am on a mission for the king, you reply. Taxes? She replies quickly. No, not taxes. No. The woman narrows her eyes at you. This is a guest house, the best in Kristatanti. Only guests stay. Only guests stay? Well, in a guest house, yeah, I suppose. Any guest of mine knows it costs me 3 gold pieces to host a man overnight and 2 to feed him. But it's all between friends. Okay, I'll take a room. I'll take a room and I'll eat one of my rations. I'll take a room. There we go. The woman shows you the way upstairs to a room. There are 3 other guests already staying and asleep, so you settle quickly. The bed is not clean, but it is comfortable, and after the long day and all its narrow escapes, you are grateful beyond measure for the rest. Okay, well we've got kind of got a free provision, so if we eat some of our provisions, I believe we get. Yeah, now see, this is I can't remember. Did we do this before and we didn't eat provisions and it caused us damage because we go hungry? So I think we want to eat some of our provisions. There we go. 12 stamina. Beautiful. Before you close your eyes, you quickly eat some of your provisions. You feel better for it, and it will help you sleep. Okay, now let's go to sleep. My stamina is at full. It's on 14 out of 14. This is lovely. Your dreams are vivid. You feel yourself tied up, surrounded by snickering faces. Thin creatures with long fingers are picking at your pockets and the stitching of your clothing. You feel magic boiling inside you, but it cannot be released. Meanwhile, the food in your bag is rotting, wet through from the sweat of your back, and in the distance a deep voice is booming with laughter. The long, cruel fingers of one hand are curled around the metal frame of a crown, and with the other he beckons you forward, as if into a trap. Uh-oh, I don't like traps. Okay. I've woken up. It's morning, so I have 14 stamina, 1 gold, 3 rations. Okay, well let's keep going. Let's go beyond Kristatanti. You wake early and sit for a moment, in no great hurry to leave the village. This is now the 3rd day of your journey, and the muscles in your legs are feeling lean and strong from so much walking. You spend a short while enjoying the peace, then hurriedly collect your possessions and set off along the path. Kristatanti is surrounded by several miles of fields. It sits in a well-protected ring of hills and is close enough to the river to be reasonably prosperous. As you follow the path between lines of sun-baked crops, you come to a fork in the road. The right-hand way leads past a set of outbuildings, while the left leads directly off into deep woodland. Okay, right, let's zoom out and see where we are. Okay, Lia Key, that's where he said the great ones were. Okay, which... There's a settlement there of some description. There's a long... It's a long way round to get to there when we could just go through there. Now, okay, I'm going to assume... I can't remember what the person's name was. Alana, was it? I'm going to assume that is her house. Now, okay, he said to be wary of her. I'm thinking a woman who lives on her own in a house in the middle of a forest is probably a witch. I'm just gonna take a stab in the dark and say that she's a witch. This way, I just think that's too long. I think that's going to add on days and days to my journey. It looks like there's lots of encounters. There's going to be something here. There is a cave there. Don't think I haven't noticed the cave just here. There's something here, some sort of watchtowers or something. Back into Dumpus. So both roads lead to Dumpus. That road looks far, far quicker. I think we're going to go this way. We're going to go through the woods. Let's go this way. Your journey is too important to slow down by talking to locals. You must pass unseen, and so you disappear into the jungle of tall trees. For a short while the sun is feverish, and then you are between the trees once more, and everything becomes cool and still. You walk for several hours uneventfully. This is land that was never settled or explored, and very few travel this way. In places, bushes and shrubs have grown over into the path. Okay, move cautiously, hack my way through. Now, if this person is a witch, which she might be, she might not be, she might be an outcast from the village who they didn't like, I don't know, but I'm going to be cautious. Let's move cautiously. You pick your way carefully forward, moving slowly but silently between the trees. If there are any beasts nearby, you should be able to wring their necks without them hearing you approach. Then you come to a fork in the road, still deep in the forest. Okie doke. Oh, okay, right. A fork in the road. Let's read what that tells me. Someone has thought to make a sign, perhaps as a guide, or perhaps as a warning. The way to the right is marked for Dumpus. A left turn points to Aliana, a name you remember from what the man in Kristatanti told you. Right, Aliana, not Alana. Neither way seems to be the better trod. You will have to choose. Okay, I can go down here to Aliana, or I can go that way to Dumpus. Okay, right. My thinking, my logic here is going to Dumpus. Fine, we'll get to the next settlement. It's probably a bit rubbish. All the settlements around here seem to be a little bit run down and terrible. However, this could be a golden opportunity to get some cool stuff. If I don't know. I'm thinking that we're supposed to think she's a witch. So we're supposed to think that she is a terrible witch and she's sat around a cauldron cackling, going, "Ma ha ha, my pretties." Whereas we're going to come in and she's going to go, "A visitor. Oh, I love seeing visitors. Thank you." And, we'll have a chat and it'll be nice and lovely. I think that it's a bit obvious that she might possibly be a witch over here in the woods. I don't know. I'm going to go this way. We can always run off again, I suppose. We can always have a look round and then leg it, I suppose. So let's go this way. Let's go along the path. Let's go and see Aliana. Potentially a witch, but hopefully just a really nice person. The path winds between trees that get greener and more lush. You must be closer to the river here, although you cannot hear the water. After about half an hour's walk through dappled shade, you come across a well-built hut. Flowers decorate its walls and the door has been painted with ornate designs. The path ends here. Okay. Well, let's scout around the hut, see if anybody is around. You perform a swift circuit around the hut, but find nothing unusual or concerning. It seems to be what it is, a hut, set by itself deep in the forest. But for someone to survive out here on their own, surrounded by the beasts of the jungle, they must be someone quite powerful. Oh no. Powerful or just clever? Right, let's knock on the door. You approach the door and knock. There is no reply. Okay, now we can either turn back, we can run away, or we can open the door. We have come this far. Let's open the door. Let's be brave. Yeah, okay, open the door. You push open the door and stride inside. I wouldn't, right, can we just peep inside? I don't want to stride. Let's just look cautiously inside. Okay, enter the house, or the hut, perhaps. The hut is neatly laid out. You detect the touch of a fastidious woman. Chairs are set around a table, as if for guests. A mattress lies in one corner, and a large kitchen area indicates that whoever lives here, they are fond of cooking. Okay, take what I can, or call out. Okay, I'm going to call out. I'm going to sort of just poke my head through the door and go, "Hello? Hello? Is there anyone here? And if you're a witch, can you tell me so I can run away, please?" I'm going to call out. "Hello? Is there anybody there?" Ah, to your surprise, a voice answers quickly. "Who's there? Who's that?" Okay, ignore it. Locate the speaker, or I warn you, I am armed. Okay, let's locate the speaker. What's the point of ignoring it? "Hello, is there anybody there?" Yes. And then ignore the person. Why'd you call out in the first place? Okay, let's locate the speaker. Looking into a corner, hidden by a large cupboard, you see a cage in which a young woman is imprisoned. "Good stranger," she pleads, "let me out of this cage, I beg you." Get her out. What happened to you? Oh, I'm sure you are there for a reason. Okay, what happened? Why are you in a cage? You move over to the cage, quite shocked. "What happened to you?" "Oh, good stranger," she wails, "I've been locked up here for 2 days. It was Elvin's that did it. Those mischievous, prankful Elvins, please, you must help me. I've not eaten. They left me here, where I can see all my cooking things, but cannot reach them. Okay, yeah, Elvins are actual pains in the posteriors. So, yeah, I can believe they would do that. I can believe they would actually lock you in a cage. Okay, I'll help you. I'm being noble. Because if I ask for something, she's more likely to be offended. Whereas if I do it, she might then go, oh, you didn't ask for anything, but here, have this magical laser weapon. I doubt I'll get a laser weapon. Probably just like a potion or something, which would be good. I'll help you. Going over to the cage, you try the door. It is locked, of course. Okay, use magic. Okay, now I want to come out of that. What's the thing for opening a lock? I can't remember what it is. What's the thing for opening a lock? Dop. That's it. Dop. It'll cost me a stamina point, but that's absolutely fine. Okay, so D-O-P. Let's use magic. Stand back, you declare, as you roll up your sleeves. Stand back, madam. I'm about to do magical things. Okay, cast a spell. Whooshy whoosh. Let us do some dopping. D-O. I hope dopping isn't actually a thing that's rude or something. I've never heard of the phrase dopping, but if it is something offensive, sorry, I just mean I'm casting a spell. Right, dop. Opens locks and doors. Requires 1 stamina. Okay, let's do it. Let's do that. Dop. I love the way it appears on, like, paper. And it looks really good as well. It looks really good. You cast a spell over the lock, and it begins to shiver. Like a small beetle, it hums and clicks as the tumblers turn and work. Then, finally, it snaps open and drops to the floor. The woman claps her hands in delight. With the door open, she rushes out and throws her arms around you before backing off a pace and trying to regain her composure. Stranger, she declares, I am in your debt. Aliana will reward you. Will you take an aid in combat or mastery of magic? I'm a little bit worried that you're referring to yourself in the third person. Aliana will reward you. I will reward you. Okay, so magic, magic, combat, or I need no reward beyond a kiss. Ugh. Oh, I feel all unclean. I need a wash. That is, no, nobody needs, no, not that. Magic or combat? I imagine I'm going to be doing lots of combat later on. I'm going to have to fight people at some point, aren't I? So magic I'm okay with. I've got the spell book. I can do some stuff. She might just give me an item or something to allow me to cast a particular spell. I'm going to go for combat. I will take an aid in combat, please, my lady. Very good. She lifts the hem of her dress, oh, good lord, and removes a bracelet from around her ankle. This is Ragnarista's. Ragnaristas, they make coffee. Armband of sword mastery, she declares. Wear it, and it will bring great skill to your sword arm. With my blessing. Okay, why do you have a bracelet, an armband of sorcery around your ankle? Okay, whatever. Well, I'll accept it. Do I trust that that's what it is? Is this a terrible trap? No, I'm going to accept it. I'm going to trust her. She seems quite genuine. I think she is a nice, normal person. I think she's a normal person that's out here in the woods. She's probably got a bit of magical knowledge. They'll think she's a witch. She's probably really nice. With a nod, you accept the armband and place it on your right arm. The effect is immediate. You feel your muscles strengthening and growing powerful. The lady has been freed. It seems like there is nothing much more to keep you here and from your quest. Ask if I may eat. Would you share my food with me or take my leave? Okay, would you share my food with me? That might be quite nice. Or shall I just... shall I ask if I can eat? What shall I do? Would you share my food with me? That's a nice thing to do, isn't it? Would you share my food with me? She nods vigorously, and the two of you settle down to the table. It is a mockery of a family feast as you carefully divide a ration of your food, trying hard not to lose any morsels into the cracks in the wood. She eats ravenously, as do you. Then finally you stand. I must be on my way, you tell her. I have many more miles to cover today. She nods. Of course, please, before you go, and she holds something out. It is a small bag of gold coins. Okay. I've got 1 gold at the moment. That's not going to get me far in terms of taverns, or if I come across some sort of market. I can't buy much, or hardly anything with 1 gold. I might be able to buy some rations, probably. I've got full stamina. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take this from her. I'm a little bit worried about taking it from her, but yeah, I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be fine. I think she's a nice person. Let's take the bag of gold. You bow your head and accept the gift. There are 7 gold pieces inside. And one more thing, she says. Moving around the table, she leans up to you and pecks you on the cheek, whispering, I am Aliana the Witch, and I have killed a good many men with my sorcery. But I choose not to kill you today. Go in peace. She was a flippin' witch. She was a witch. Then she steps back, and her face is as soft and peaceful as it ever was. Did you imagine her words? Almost certainly not. Time then to leave. You step outside. Oh, step quickly outside. You retrace your steps to the last junction, where you turn to take the path to Dumpus. So she was a witch. She was an actual witch, but because I was nice to her, because I A, let her out, B, didn't ask for anything, presumably, and then C, shared food with her, then she didn't kill me, or didn't attack me, or cast spells on me, or turn me into a frog, or whatever. That's very cool. Oh, go me. Go heroic Keith. You did the right actions, and I now have 8 gold. That had 7 gold in it, that thing. Wow, okay. Lovely. Okay, well, we go back through here, and we go along, and walk through the woods. Diddly diddly do. You walk for several hours, following the twists and turns of the path through the trees. Then suddenly you stop. You have heard a noise up ahead. Something is moving around between the rocks at the edge of the path. Walk on, wait and look, or draw my sword. I'm going to wait and look. I think caution is good. Let's wait and look. You hang back, watching the trees. There is definitely something moving around, something large and long, with a tail that whips between the trees. But now that you've seen it, you're at a definite advantage. Okay, I'm going to try and creep around it. I like the fact that I've got full stamina at the moment. If we do get into a fight, that's fine. I would like to keep full stamina. Let's try and creep around whatever this thing is. Uh-oh. The beast is off the path to the right, so if you creep through the tree line on the left, you may escape unnoticed. You try this tactic, moving slowly and carefully, making as little noise as possible, placing your feet with delicate care. After a few more yards, you're about to rejoin the path when the movement of the animal stops. It must have heard you, or caught your scent, and sure enough, a moment later it is upon you. In a flurry of foliage and dirt, a rat bear leaps from the undergrowth. It is much closer than you thought. Its sleek black fur allows it to hide in the shadows until it is almost upon you. Okay, I've got my fighty armband. Let's use that. Let's go and have a fight. We haven't actually done much fighting so far. You bring your sword up to bear against the bear. Okay. I've got far more attack power than that thing has. Okay. Let's go for... Do you know what? Let's go for a full-on charge first. Let's just do that first. We'll damage it. It'll be fine. Charge! Yes. Okay, right. I have whacked it for 4 stamina. Okay, right. It's at half strength already. The rat bear is startled by your approach, but drops quickly to all fours. You will not be intimidated by an overgrown rodent. You plant your feet and ready a mighty sword swing. At the last moment, the rat bear leaps all claws off the ground and ready to plunge into your body. You chop it out of the air. You've opened a deep wound in its side. Okay, time to defend. Let's get some attack power back. Let's defend. So 5.7 against 0. I take 1. That's fine. That's fine. I was defending. I took 1. That's absolutely fine. You can almost smell the creature growing enraged and duck quickly behind a tree, squeaking with rage. I like the fact that it's squeaking. The rat bear charges forward, but you keep yourself guarded. For a moment, it is close enough for you to smell its sewer breath. It rears back, claws raised. If I had to liken it to something from the fantasy genre, I would say it looks like a Skaven. A Warhammer, or whatever it's called, Age of Sigmar, Skaven. It looks very Skaven-y. I like that. They were very good in Blood Bowl. Right, let's attack with... He can only... what's he going to... He's only got a tiny bit left, so he can't really get more than me. So if I charge for 4, let's do a side swipe on him, because he can't do much attacking. He's not got much power left. So if I do that, 4 against nothing. He was defending, so he takes 1. So he's now got 3. You risk an attack. Standing firm, you swing a mighty blow at the rat bear, but it has read your intention and drops into a crouch. Light plays through the trees, and for a moment the true extent of the rat bear's injuries is revealed. It stumbles back, tail whipped high in defence. Okay, all-out attack on it. It has hardly got any attack power. Let's just go and mangle it. 5.4 against 0. It's just defending every time now, isn't it? Dropping your weight, you chop a mighty stroke against a rat bear, but it knocks you aside with a paw. It grunts as it pushes you away. It squeaks and snuffles, standing up onto its hind legs. Okay, well, I'll just keep attacking it because it seems to have no attack power because I've injured it quite nicely. Okay, another side swipe. Oh! Okay, that was a surprise. That came out of nowhere then. The rat bear charges and leaps, and it is on you, teeth and slashing claws and lashing tail. Your own attack is forgotten as you try to regain your balance. For a moment you look off into the trees, considering escape, but the rat bear can run faster than you. It drops to all fours and lowers its head. Okay, let's defend. So yeah, so just a tiny bit of damage on me. That's fine, that's fine. Warily, you move into a defensive crouch. The rat bear stays low and tries to ram you. You silently thank your master who trained you so well in swordplay. It edges back, claws raised. Okay, I think we defend again. Take another hit, possibly, unless it also defends. And then I will just charge at it and chop it apart. So let's defend. Oh, we both defended. You remain hidden. The rat bear sniffs around you. It beats the air with its tail. And now, full on thrust. Let's kill it. Let's take this thing down. Bosh, -3. It's dead. You risk an attack. Rushing forward, you charge at the rat bear. Then your sword slips between the creature's ribs and drives deep into its putrid heart. The rat bear squeals and falls to the ground, face down in the mud. 4 stamina lost. Competent combat. Good. Yes. We have won a fight. Okay, that's cool. So I took 4 stamina damage. That's okay. I mean, yeah, I was on full, which is good. I was on 14, which is slowly creeping up, so that's good. With the beast dead on the path, you are free to move onwards. Okay. Approaching Dumpus, which is a terrible name for a place. The path winds a few more times around gigantic trees, thousands of years old, and then emerges onto a sudden plain, as if the forest had been scooped away by a gigantic hand. A river trickles thinly between short grasses, and by its banks stands a tiny village. So I can enter the village, or I can avoid the village. Oh my goodness. Right, okay, so where are we on our journey? So we're near Dumpus. We've got to go up here. It looks like we have to go this way, doesn't it? Yeah, because we've got to go all the way up here, look. So there's Cityport and Torapani and Kharé, which is where we're headed. The Crystal Waterfall. Do we kind of end up going that way? Oh, it looks like we could go to it. So we'll have to backtrack and go back round, and we could go past the source of the Crystal Waterfall. Okay, yeah, it's quite a long way. There's a long way to go yet. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to stop now. We're going to call it a day there. That's a lot of adventuring. We've done quite a lot of stuff. We've found a village. We've gone in the village. We were nice in the village, and people seemed to like us. We had a sleep. We've come through a forest. We dealt with a witch who could have killed us, possibly, or certainly could have attacked us, but she didn't, which is lovely. And then we came back here. We've killed a terrifying rat monster, rat bear thing. And yeah, now we're going to head into a village, which is good. Maybe there'll be somewhere to sleep for my 8 gold. I'd rather save some of it, though, for actual buying of things. There must be market somewhere around. One of these upcoming villages, or either it's Dumpus, Urastanti, or Biratani looks big. Biratani, which is a delicious curry. Biratani must have a market or some shop in it where I can buy some gear. Must have like where I can buy, I don't know what I can, but you know, a shield or some armour or a magic weapon or something cool. So yes, we'll save our money for that, I think. I just hope that, yeah, maybe in Dumpus there's something that either gives me more money or allows me to sleep for free or something, because that 8 gold isn't going to go far, I don't think, if I'm buying items as well. But there we go. So we shall deal with that another time. If you have enjoyed this, and apologies for it coming round, for it being so slow to come round to the second part of this. But if you have enjoyed the second part of this, please don't forget to leave a like, and also do subscribe, because we're going to be doing the rest of this. We're going to be doing the rest of certainly Sorcery 1, and depending on how much I enjoy it and how popular it is and stuff, we may well do the rest of the Sorcery series as well. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. Zombie, kill it, bash it in the head. How do I pick the chairs up again? I've forgotten. Ah, like that. Oh, good shot, sir. I know your brain's there. Could you... Oh, sorry, I've just stood on your brain. Fuel in the toilet. Yeah. Biofuel, I suppose. Oh, I should not have done that. Go and wrestle the moose. Why not? I don't think I've ever said that before to anyone ever.